Yes. Doing it again. Number 16. I think I changed. Hopefully this works. But I changed my camera settings. Super high definition. And it's not saving to my phone. It's streaming live. So I don't have to worry about the memory on my phone. But I'm hoping with this adjustment that I did that we will get better quality video. And for what I'm looking at, it look better. Maybe I'm going crazy. I do got like a dirty phone case that I need to upgrade because it's all scratched up or whatever. So I need to buy another one. So that may take away a little bit from the visuals, but for what I'm seeing right here, look at it. It looked pretty good. I don't know if I'm going crazy or what. I might not even need the shades because there's a lot of clouds right now. So I want to be able to, see what's going on. If there's so hot, 73 degrees right now. You know what I'm saying? New England is popping right now. I already know the parks is going crazy. You know, I already know people outside losing their minds, man. It's been cold and dark and overcast weather and snowing and raining and ice. It's kids playing basketball. Let me switch it around, but not push mute the way I did yesterday. This kid's hooping over there, man. You can't really see it. I gotta put it up. I can't really see, but it's Cass is hooping. You see the hoopers? Dude's hooping right now, man. Summer, baby. Not summer, but spring. Long overdue. What Boys the Men say? Long overdue, and now Philly slamming. Boys to Men, ABC, BBD. The East Coast family never skipped a beat. Nah. While cooling on South Street, just like that, plenty of friends and all Philly steaks you can eat. Back in school, we used to dream about this every day. Couldn't really happen, cause those dreams will fade away. Then we started singing and they said it sounds smooth. So we started a group and here we are, kicking it just for you. Listen, I ain't about to sing. Adjusting my belt. Let me loosen my belt, man. I'm feeling all chubby, man. I greatly do apologize for those that probably tapped in or was trying to look at yesterday's episode 15, the stream, because I went to turn the camera around and I accidentally pushed the mute. This is the mute button, you'll see. It's crazy, when I said that's the mute, I literally was like mouthing it. But I pushed the mute button and I didn't realize, like, I was just in my zone, just freestyling, telling jokes and just talking and not even realizing that nothing was being recorded. And it's just me. That's all it was, man. So me as the producer of the Tap In Commuters Mobile Open Mic, the producer side of me wasn't on point yesterday, but today I'm on point. I'm motivated. I'm well rested. Got out of work at a decent time. You know, getting better and better at my job. It's difficult right now, this route that I'm doing up in Vermont, but I'm definitely improving, you know. Definitely getting better, you know. I earn a good day's wage during the day, and at night I'm sharpening this tool, you know. In the 70s and 80s and 90s, you had stories of these cats. They would just drive to LA in a bucket with $400 and just live out of their car and just rough it until they make it. Listen, man, I'm too old for that. I started comedy when I was 35. I didn't start when I was 17, when my metabolism could take being homeless. When you're 16, 17, 18, your metabolism is built to deal with all the elements outside. You know, your immune system is at its zenith. Your digestion, you can eat out the trash can. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep inside dumpsters because you got the immune system and the digestive system to take that. When you're over 35 years old, man, trying to get started at something like entertainment, can't live like that, man. From what I heard, the comedian Mark Curry, he had a day job and he worked on his comedy at night. I think it's possible. As long as I've been doing this, I actually have an act now. I got an act, so I don't have to be open mic hunting the way I used to, you know. In the beginning, first 5 years, you young comics, y'all should be hitting as many mics and stages as possible, developing at least 15 minutes of time, and make that joke perfect. That's what you should be doing. Then once that 15 minutes is off the chain and people recognize it, you'll start getting calls and you'll start getting picked to do spots here and there, and then you just build off those 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Me, I got like 2 hours. I don't have to chase the mics as much, but I still do have to practice. And since I commute and I drive home every day around this time, this is how I practice my skills. Right here in this situation, like the camera looked mad clear right now. I think I figured out what I was doing wrong with my recordings, because it looks completely clear right now. I think whatever you set and maybe I'm wrong, but hopefully I'm right. Whatever you set your internal camera definition, like I put mine at 60 DPI or whatever, and it's HD, FHD, whatever that means. And because I'm looking at it, and this is the clearest that this has looked in forever of me recording. So maybe I was having a Generation X, damn near baby boomer moment with my production. But the only thing that matters right now is that we got it going on, and we got tailgaters, we got people speeding into slow traffic, because apparently that's what massholes do. They drive fast when they see the traffic is going slow. That's what they do, because that makes a ton of sense. And I'm being extremely sarcastic. I'm being extremely facetious. Now, yesterday, like I told y'all, I just did like 2 jokes. It's crazy because I freestyled for or I gave y'all like 36 minutes of material, but y'all ain't hear nothing beyond the first 35 seconds. And so because nobody heard the jokes that I was working on yesterday, I figured, why not do those same jokes that I worked on yesterday today? And if any comedians want to pop in, you want to hop in, this ain't no traditional open mic where you're on a list and you do 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Nah. You pop in, you got one joke, one idea that you want to work out. Pop in, run the joke real quick. I'll give you my honest answer, my honest critique. If I think it's funny, I'll laugh. I'm not one of those comedians where y'all be in the back of the club and y'all be like, that was funny. That was good. Nah, man. If I think it's funny, I'm gonna laugh at it, man. I hate when comedians be doing that. Like, yo, you gotta give it up, man. Stop being so stoic and nihilist. Just in the back. That was good. I know a couple of tags for that. And comedians, man, we be some of the funniest people on earth with no personality, man. You said, would you recommend listening to Shabba Ranks Ting-a-ling-a-ling in traffic? No, you can't listen to Shabba Ranks. My boy Matt Jones said, would you recommend listening to Shabba Ranks Ting-a-ling-a-ling? No, I do not recommend listening to Ting-a-ling-a-ling, because when traffic is at a standstill and your emotions are going, you want something to calm you down, to weather the storm, to reflect on life, and to realize we're all in this situation together. It's gradually moving. Eventually, it will dissipate. There's nothing you can do. But if you play high energy music as that's going on, it sends conflicting messages from your cerebral cortex to your nervous system, and you're going ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring, right? Actually, like me singing that actually made me feel kind of good. But when everybody else is at a standstill and I'm going crazy doing this, I'm gonna look like a weirdo. So I'm just trying to look chill, man. So I think ting-a-ling-a-ling makes me feel good, but like heavy metal, speed metal, like I'm not gonna listen to Ozzy Osbourne right now, or Metallica, you know, or Onyx or something like that while I'm in this standstill traffic. No. I got the jazz. Listen to the jazz. Listen. This is what I got going on. That's what I got going on in the background. You know what's crazy? Since I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, and I've been doing my jokes, and even though there's like a little jazz in the background playing, you know that doesn't bother me at all. I don't even notice it. And one comedian, one of my inspirations, that would have a jazz band playing in the background, boom, 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 boom. Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg always had like a light jazz session going in the background. He said, you know, I was looking at vending machines, and I was wondering, is there a vending machine that makes vending machines? It would be really, really big. Boom, 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 boom. And it's like Mitch Hedberg was just so cool and laid back, had the shades, the long hair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why do, when escalators stop, why they're not broken, they just become stairs. But you know, I butchered that joke. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting used to the jazz music playing in the background while I do my stand-up. Will I do that on stage? I don't know. I probably wouldn't, because it probably would be too much of a distraction to the audience. And they not like I did a show a couple weeks back in Wethersfield, and it's one restaurant or whatever, and they forgot to turn the music. I'm doing my jokes, they forgot to turn the music down. And so, you know, I ain't gonna just break up my set, but once I was finished like one of my jokes, I was like, yo, could somebody turn the music down? Because I feel like God is talking to me right now. I made a joke out of it and they turned it down, but it didn't take me off my square, but it's like, if I'm noticing this, somebody else is noticing that, and it can possibly take away from them appreciating my jokes. We gonna hop into this material. What's the two jokes that I did yesterday? I did a joke about Kamala Harris, and my brother reminded me. It's gonna come to me. Give me a second. It's gonna come to me. He reminded me of a joke. Give me 1 second. I gotta look at a text message, and I'll let y'all know. Joke. I remember the joke. I remember the joke, man. The one thing that black folks and the Latinos have in America is they both had grandmothers that were very aggressive with the punishment. And me and my Hispanic homeboy, we was having a debate. Who's more tough when it comes to discipline? Black grandmothers or Latino grandmothers? These are Latina grandmothers, you know, because they got the chancla, you know what I mean? They pop you with it, and if you try to run away, they throw it. They got real accuracy. They hit you in the back of the head, you know? I said, I beg to differ. I said, yeah, the chancla, the slipper, is definitely a formidable weapon. But let's keep it real. Most abuelas is only 4'11" and weigh about 130, 150 pounds max, and got a size 3 shoe. That is a very small sandal. You know what I'm saying? That chancla is poquito. Big Mama got a 68-inch waist. The belt that goes around that waist is slave whip status. She can discipline 4 badass kids simultaneously. So while you're worried about getting hit with the chancla, I'm worried about channeling the spirit of our ancestors with them ass whoopers. So give me that chancla discipline any day over that 68-inch belt. I'm trying to do my freaking pod. Gotta hang him up. Hang up. Give me 1 second, man. Damn. Yeah, so give me that any day. Give me that chancla any day over that 68-inch waist slave belt. I will take the chancla any day. It is no comparison. No comparison, bro. Who do you think of winning a fight in a cage match between Big Mama and Abuela? Big Mama could just fall on Abuela. You know what I'm saying? Abuela gonna be throwing the sandals, and Big Mama gonna be whipping them with the 68-inch belt. Pat, 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 just whipping them. And then like that's the thing. She only got 2 chocolates. She need like a whole book bag of chocolates, like she's an archer from Diablo or something. You know, she's an archer from Diablo. Or this is an '80s reference. The game Gauntlet. You had the archer. You know what I'm saying? He got the little. He's shooting an arrow. She's shooting chocolates. You know what I mean? She better have a book bag. She better have a backpack full of. She better have a satchel full of chocolates. Because grandma just gonna have that one belt wrapped around her hand, whipping, 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 whipping. That's the chocolate joke. That's the chocolate joke. And this is the next bit that I did yesterday. Yo, the world, man. Stuff is crazy. We got war in the Middle East. I don't remember a time we didn't have war in the Middle East, though. We've been having war in the Middle East since 1990. This is nothing new with all presidents, but whatever. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on right now. And a lot of people, they're blaming Donald Trump as his fault, you know, even though the majority of the country voted for him. And the thing is, you blame Donald Trump for winning? Or do Democrats, y'all got to blame the fact that y'all didn't necessarily raise the right candidate. On paper, Kamala Harris had all the tools. You know? She was in prime position to win. The problem is, man, she could have made it, you know, but it was hard for me to vote for her. Because she kept getting the black questions wrong too much, man. Now, granted, you know, she's a woman of color. We can agree on that. She's an Indian woman, half Indian, half Jamaican. A Jamaican father, but they were estranged. She was never raised by the Jamaican pops. You understand? She was born in California, and she was raised in Canada. She did not necessarily have the traditional black experience. That's why she kept getting the black questions wrong, man. They said, Kamala Harris! Who were your favorite rappers when you was in college? When I was in college, my favorite rappers were Tupac Shakur. My boys texting me, making me laugh. My favorite rappers are Tupac Shakur and Snoop Dogg. Excellent choices. Very, very good choices. Here's the problem. Kamala Harris graduated college in like 1982. Where she was listening to Tupac when he was 13 in middle school. She was listening to Snoop Dogg on 8-Track. There's so many names that she could have said that could have got it out of that situation. She could have said the Disco 3, the Fat Boys. She could have said Fab Five Freddy. She could have said Blondie. She could have said Kool Moe Dee. She could have said LL Cool J. She could have said EPMD. She could have said Rakim. She could have said so many names, but I give her a pass. Like I said before, and I mixed up the joke a little bit. Like I said before, you know, she has an Indian mother. She has a Jamaican father. She wasn't raised by the father. She was born in California. She went to school in Canada, so she did not get the traditional black experience, so I give her a pass. Then they asked her. They said, Kamala Harris! Did you smoke weed when you was in college? So, I used to blow a ton of trees when I was in undergrad school. And you know what? A lot of college students smoke weed. That is a part of the experience of growing up as a student in college. Here's the problem. It makes her look like a hypocrite because in the early 2000s, she was the Attorney General of California, and she got a lot of brothers locked up behind marijuana, and she laughed about it on more than one occasion. But I still give her a pass because sometimes folks, they grow up, they have different jobs, and they do different things and have different sensibilities. I have a CDL. I'm not allowed to smoke weed or do things of that nature, so I give her a pass. Then they asked her one final question. They said, Kamala Harris, when it's around Thanksgiving, what is your signature dish that you prepare for the family? I make a mean pot of collard greens. It's like, hold the hell up. Who taught her how to make them greens? Who taught her how to make those greens? Because Jamaicans ain't known for making greens. And Indians damn sure ain't known for making greens. And then one of my Jamaican homeboys, he's like, collard greens, it's kind of like callaloo. Collard greens is like callaloo. And I was like, no, it's not, man. Collard greens, callaloo. Both begin with the letter C, same amount of syllables, both the color green, not the same vegetable. But you know what? I still give her a pass because she went to Howard University. She was an AKA, maybe one of their ski-wees, taught her how to make those greens. But this is the thing, man. She threw too much sauce on it. She threw too much stank on it, literally, because she was like, in one Thanksgiving, there was so many family members. I had to make so many greens. I had to wash them in the bathtub. Hold the fuck on. She had to wash her collard greens in the bathtub. No black person in the history of blackness has ever prepared any type of food in the bathroom. You will not find that situation ever on the planet. I do not care if you voted for her. Now, I know there's a lot of Democrats that are probably listening to this joke, and they're probably thinking to themselves and wondering what I'm going to say next. You probably voted for her. I agree with you. But Thanksgiving is around the corner. Thanksgiving is around the corner, right? And Kamala Harris shows up with that big batch of greens, and knowing how she prepared them, would you let her in the house? Would you let her put them greens on the table? Would you eat them goddamn greens? Hell no, you wouldn't eat them greens, man. And plus, her family mostly white. You got a white husband with all white kids. They really want the dirty collard greens? Now, back during the election time, and it maybe was propaganda kind of crap on Kamala Harris, but there was a lot of Indian street food videos. And if you watch a lot of those Indian street food videos, it's safe to say a lot of those individuals probably wouldn't pass a health inspection in America. Because they would be barefoot, you know what I'm saying? No gloves, a big pot of soup in between their legs, scooping out the soup with their bare hands, blowing snot rockets, biting off their fingernails, putting the soup in the bag with no gloves on, and serving it to them. So when I see that situation, and I know for a fact, those is her people, she probably did cook them greens, man. She probably cooked those greens. That's the Kamala joke, man. I was throwing like a lot of stank on it. I really want to start, like, continue to do that joke. I have a lot of fun doing that joke. It's nice and long. It gotta be at least like 10 minutes, man, you know? And like I tell comedians coming up they're getting into doing longer sets, the more you can have a bit where it's one subject and you can extract as many punchlines and situations and scenarios out of that one subject and keep it interesting, that makes your set easy. If you got a 20-minute set and you do that one long bit, that half your set is done. You know, half your work is done. So, but yeah, it's nice outside, man. Gorgeous outside. It's 70 degrees. You know what that means? It's gonna be a lot of drive-bys, man. The YNs is gonna start shooting each other. That just comes with the territory of the temperature going up. What I'm saying, like, what if we could replace the guns with boxing gloves, you know? Every YN, and that means young ninja, for those that know, you know, every YN, every youth, instead of packing guns, just have boxing gloves. Whenever you have an issue with somebody, instead of shooting them, y'all put the gloves on, y'all run the fade, y'all still walk away. You understand what I'm saying? You got to do a drive-by that bad, do a drive-by boxing. You see the dude, hey, that's that fool right there, man. Dude owe me money, man. I'm about to go do this drive-by boxing with him. Put the boxing glove on, drive-by, punch him, pop. put the boxing glove, drive, but if it's 3 of them, pop, 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 punch 3 of them, drive off. Nobody died. You know what I'm saying? They might be a little bit embarrassed, but everybody lived to the next day, and they could just do the boxing thing again the next day, get rid of all the guns, replace it with boxing gloves. Instead of putting all the drugs and the crack and the guns and barrels in the neighborhoods, just put boxing gloves and mouth guards and energy drinks. You know what I'm saying? You put those 3 things, let the kids fight it out with the gloves on, nobody really get hurt, and then like the best boxer be the king of America. So I guess that's going to be either I don't know what the Russian heavyweight is that beat Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Dubois. He beat all the best ones. He'd be the king of the world, or maybe it's Terrence Crawford, because we getting rid of all the guns. We're going to boxing gloves instead. That's what we're going to do. That's it. Those are the 3 things that I wanted to work on. I see people popping in here and there. Nobody is really yet to chime in. Yeah, I see Sarah Hood is watching. Cindy Lou is watching. The homie Matt Jones. I get the homie Matt Jones credit, man. Matt Jones, me and Matt, we went to ECSU together. Literally, I think he started in '98. 28 years ago is when I met this man. He used to be a DJ on campus. He went from being a DJ to a literal doctor. Got to get a young man credit for doing this thing. And he keep himself in shape, man. I wish I would have stayed in shape. Just a chubby, light-skinned dude. He a diesel light-skinned dude. Look just like Jake from State Farm. The new Jake, not the old Jake, not the white Jake, the new Jake, the black, light-skinned, Asian, Steph Curry-looking Jake. So big up to Matt for always supporting, man, chiming in. Got a show. I got multiple shows coming up. I got a show March 28th coming up with JT Moore at the Elbow Room. It's comedyrentdue.eventbrite.com. Tickets 20 in advance, 25 at the door. Doors open at 8 and 7 o'clock. Show starts at 8 at the Elbow Room. 986 Farmington Avenue, West Hartford, Connecticut, 06107. I don't know how I memorized all that, but it's locked into the brain. And then shortly after that, April 18th, got another show with Gary Alexis at Elbow Room. Same place, 986 Farmington Avenue, West Hartford, Connecticut, 06107. Doors at 7, show at 8, $20 in advance, 25 at the door. And that link to that show is aprilfoolishness.eventbrite.com. And I'm gonna put the links within the comments, you know, if anybody's interested in that show. I also have a show, this one I don't have memorized on the top of my head, but I got a show with a legend, Gerald Kelly, at the Funny Bone, April the 23rd. It says Funny Bone Hartford, but it's at Buckland Hills in Manchester, Connecticut. That show will be 7 o'clock. I'll put the link to that show in this live as well. On that show, it's going to be headlined by Gerald Kelly. He's a New York comedy legend. This will mark his 35th year anniversary in stand-up comedy. He'll also have his son Hunter, one of the youngest comedians ever on America's Got Talent. And there will also be comedians Philip Anthony, Chico Dusty, and Richie Hector. They're from Springfield, Mass, along with Melissa Misconduct and myself. We are both from Hartford, Connecticut. The show is going to be the bomb. I'm going to put the link for those tickets in here as well. I just don't like this big-ass, huge commercial. I'm astounded that I memorized this. And I got 2 headlining gigs coming up as well. I'm not going to divulge where they're at until I get the actual flyers. But we working out here. And I also got a TV show that I did, series with Cliff Mula. It is called Hartford 911. Hartford 911 Season 1 is actually on YouTube right now. We shot 6 episodes, and we are in the process of producing Season 2. I'll put the link to the YouTube for those shows if you're interested in seeing me get my acting chops on. We out here working, man. We out here working. We doing the damn thing. And I'm quietly working on a show for my boy Marklin Plains out in New Jersey. I did some voiceover work for that, but that one is still brewing. So I'm just letting y'all know we out here working, man. We out here doing the damn thing, as well as me doing this 9 to 5 during the day. But you know what? I'm about to be 47, but I still feel healthy. I still feel young. While I'm younger, while I still got my energy and my vitality, I'm going to be out here, man, trying to do the damn thing. I'm not trying. I'm actually doing. And it's gorgeous outside, man. Let me turn this camera around. See, it's just sunny, man. I'm just driving at a decent pace. I see what it is out here. Connecticut, the beautiful. Listen, man, stay focused. Don't take anything too serious in this life. Life isn't happening to you. Life is something that you're experiencing. You know, take care of your business, but don't take anything too personal. Holla at y'all. Deuces.